National Gratitude Month. That's one of the reasons I love it so much. It's a time to recognize and appreciate the blessings surrounding us, but that can sometimes be difficult for young children to grasp. So Christina Carter is here with Intuit Parenting and Wellness to join us and tell us about some ways that we can teach our kids to be more grateful.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you.
What are some ways that we can teach, especially those young kids who don't really have a grasp on gratefulness yet?
Yes. Okay. So if we want to help our kids practice gratitude, to get them in that mindset of appreciation, there are a lot of ways we can do it, but 3 ways in particular that I want to share with you. One way is that we can have them before bed, get them in the habit of just sharing one thing they're grateful for from the day. And you can share one too with your child. So it can be either at the dinner table every night. Just try to do it even for the Thanksgiving week.
We've tried this and my kids come up with like the silliest answers, but eventually if you keep with it,
yes,
they start to come up with more real things. Like they'll say something that just like melts your heart. Like, I'm thankful for mommy today. You're like, okay, that's great.
Yes, exactly.
But sometimes they're like thankful for the tree or thankful for their sock or something silly, you know?
Right, yes, and whatever that is, it's the practice of it. So
Sure.
yes, and if it is continued past Thanksgiving, that is awesome. But if you can just do it at least for the Thanksgiving week, that's a great practice.
Sure.
So another way we can do that is to gently reverse the thing. So have your child think about what it would be like for them to not have the thing in their life.
Oh, that's a good way to show them.
It does. It's a mindset shift that gets them thinking about the value of that thing. So that's another great way we can start to kind of cultivate and practice that appreciation.
Sure, and I think one of the things about being a parent, and I'm sure a lot of parents would agree, one of the beautiful things about being a parent is that you get to also, in teaching these lessons to your kids, relearn them yourself.
Yes.
If you start really thinking about what are the things I have in my life that if I didn't have, I would be a mess.
That's exactly.
That's where you find gratitude. And to teach your kids that lesson, it seems so simple, but it's nice to relearn it for yourself too.
So true. Yes, they really start to see instantly, oh, wow, okay, I can see the value of this. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then the third way we can help practice gratitude is a fun game I like to call gratitude ping pong.
Oh.
So you grab a ball, you set a timer for 60 seconds. When you have the ball, you share something you're grateful for and you pass it. You can get the whole family involved or you can just do it with your child and you try to see how many things you can fit in that 60 seconds. I have played it so many times with the different kids I've worked with over the years. It is a hit and it's so much fun and gets them really thinking about what they're grateful for.
Yeah, and there have been studies that show the more you think about, I'm sure it applies to kids too, the more you think about what you're grateful for, the happier you are. You're not thinking about what you don't have, you're focusing on what you do have.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, so we know that kids can sometimes be off schedule and all of a sudden you're thinking, my kid's not acting right at Thanksgiving. They're not grateful. What am I doing wrong? When really it's just a schedule issue. How can we help keep the kids on track?
Yes, there are a few things we can do to help smooth transitions into and out of the holidays. They're on a great schedule right now. They're in the flow with school, and so we want to kind of maintain that. So there are a couple of things we can do. One thing we can do is to keep a rhythm in their daily life. So something they can generally expect. They wake up, there's a meal, maybe there's some sort of activity, then there's a break. So we want to keep that rhythm that really helps them feel regulated in their bodies and in their nervous system.
Sure, even if they're at a different family member's house or if they're, we're going out camping, so we'll see how that goes.
Yes.
But no matter what you're doing, you can try and keep that same rhythm to hopefully keep them on track.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.